Kia ora and hello. Welcome to the stream on Gloucestershire Vineyards and Olives. How is everyone today? Hello Rocket, hello Grumpy Grey Farmer. Thank you for joining. Hope you're well. It looks like you're a bit tired there, Grumpy. Yep. Streaming all night. Yeah, I probably won't be doing that myself, but yeah, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. So we're here on Gloucestershire, and we've got some spraying to finish. And then we might extend out and maybe build a sheep pen. So daylight savings will be ending for us on Sunday morning, early Sunday morning. And I've put the different time zones up on Discord and as a post on YouTube. So you can hopefully find your closest time zone to know when the stream will be starting for your area. I'm hoping I got it right. Well, I'll put it this way. I'm hoping Copilot got it right. Yes, daylight savings will be ending. We get an extra hour's sleep on Sunday. It also means that winter is coming. But it does mean that it might cool down a bit in my office while I stream. I have to try and find the row that I had finished on. Yes, Rocket, you must tell us. You can't leave that in the chat and then leave us hanging. Ah, Vista. Yeah, my condolences there, Rocket. It was an interesting operating system. Hello, Ginger Ninja. How are you? Yeah, Windows 7, that was a good operating system. XP was also a very good operating system. Windows 97 was one of the last to use DOS as its base before basically they moved on and retired DOS as the base and went on with its own kernel. That started with XP. Oh, that's good to hear, Ginger Ninja. I put table with all the time zones for when my stream will be starting on starting from Sunday evening. Yeah, Windows 7 was a good operating system. I actually liked the concept of Windows 8 as a touchscreen-centric operating system. I thought it was, yeah, a huge leap forward, but it was just too advanced and there weren't enough touchscreens out there for people to fully understand and grasp the concept. Which was a pain. Hey, I will have a great stream. Thank you for coming in. I do appreciate it. You have a good sleep, my friend, and I'll look forward to watching that video. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Grumpy Grey Farmer. I do appreciate that. Yep, look forward to it. You have a good evening, my friend. Or a good morning. Yeah, the trouble is with Vista was that they made it too secure and they made it too hard to do anything with. As a tech, you know, you have to do quite a bit to connect it to domains and get it talking to servers and that sort of thing. And every step you'd take, there'd be some roadblock saying, no, you can't do it this way. Thank you, sir. It was a resource hog, but it was mainly really difficult for technicians to get it connected to things that they needed to do. Hey Nacho, thank you. How are you, mate? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for the snack bar. Yeah, Windows 8 was a complete revamp of the graphical interface. It went from, you know, the start window, start button and pop-up menu, which, you know, everyone liked, and went to a tile-based, which made sense if you had a touch screen, because touching a large tile was a lot easier than trying to, you know, touch the program menu bar. it would have been really good if all computers had to come out with touch screens, but they didn't, so people just looked at it as being awkward. Yeah, how are you, Nacho? Hope you're doing well. Hope those cows are behaving themselves. Yeah, 2008 server's fun to play with. Although I work with Windows all the time, so I actually like playing with Linux servers. Yeah, looks like we've got 3 at the moment on our vertical stream. Hello. And 5 on our horizontal stream. Hello to you all. Thank you for joining. So I have been looking at and seeing if I can find a way to add a different kind of fence to the animal pens, but yeah, looks like Giants haven't made it easy. If you remove the fence that comes with the pen, you know, the really ugly one, then the animals disappear. You're starting to sound like a grumpy old man, Nacho. That's my domain. At the moment it looks like for the animal pens we just got to put up with ugly fences. I'm hoping there's a clever modder out there that can create fenceless animal pens that we can just plot out the size that we need and build a fence around that. Oh, we're nearly finished here by the looks of it. Alright, let's have a look. Yep, that's looking all done. We'll make a start on the olives. So there was a new mod that came out the other day called Granny's Knitting. I thought that would be a neat one to put in if I put sheep in. Because you can actually deliver wool directly to it and it will create clothes straight from the wool. So you can do that instead of having to take it to a spinnery, get the fabric, take the fabric to the tailors and get the tailors to make the clothes. So I think that's quite neat. I think it would fit quite nicely in our little display area. Yeah, because we're trying to give people an idea of how a farm works and how the produce that a farm produces is converted into everyday things that they see. So I sort of envision Granny's knitting would be a place where, you know, you have spinning wheels working to spin the wool into thread, and then, you know, mechanical knitting machines to knit the garments. Or else you have a really extremely busy granny sitting there with her knitting needles. Good morning, Klaus. How are you today? Hope you're doing well, my friend. I put a timetable up on Discord and in a post in the channel when daylight saving ends on Sunday. I've put down what time the stream will start at the different time zones around the world, so hopefully that'll help you. Yeah, Nacho's back. We're getting lots and lots of coffee. It's absolutely awesome. All good there, Rocket. You study for that maths test. It's important. Oh, that's a while, mate. Hope everything's okay. Yeah, I hope I've got the time zones correct. Well, put it this way, hopefully Copilot has the time zones correct. Yes. Yeah, you just get used to it and then they put it back. Yeah, it does take some time. Yeah, I've still got a few years before I get to retire. That's if they don't change the retirement age again. Hey, AI Farmer, yes. Good coffee around here, mate. Good coffee. Good morning to you. How are you today? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining. Thanks, Nacho. Never have too much coffee. Looks like they haven't opened up our tractor museum. Restaurant said they would open it up for us. They must have forgotten. Here we go. Gives everyone an idea of what the old tractors used to look like. Hard to believe so much farming was done with, you know, that kind of equipment. It's so small compared to what we have nowadays. They're all on Mod Hub. They were released. There's a couple of packs that were released. And I think they're all cross-play, or most of them are anyway. To a truck driver. As someone that used to be a surplus resource transfer technician when they were younger, I think I can safely say you know what it's like to have a bad smell following you around. Wouldn't be a Kiwi stream if he didn't forget to turn the implement on. Yep, thanks Ginger Ninja, you have a good day. Thank you for joining, and we'll catch you next time. Yeah, mate, it does. In case anyone hasn't worked out what a surplus resource transfer technician is, it's a rubbish truck driver. Surplus resource, rubbish. Transfer, moving it from one place to another with a truck. And technician, because, you know, let's face it, technician sounded, you know, like a high quality job. Nah, didn't change the smell, mate. You developed a cast iron stomach, I can tell you that. Yeah, AI Farmer, I was just letting everyone know that daylight saving ends for us on Sunday morning. So Sunday night will be a slightly different time for most of the world, except for Australia, I think. That's in the game. Yeah, there's no birds around at the moment outside. They're all asleep. You guys change your daylight savings at the same time as we do, mate. So it stays the same time. Yeah, well, it's a good game to play, and you know, it's definitely one of those games where there's always something to do. You know, if you run out of something for one day, you just go to sleep, and then you can wake up the next day and have a whole new list of tasks that you have to do. And what I like about FS is, you know, you play other games, you have a set storyline you have to follow. But with Farming Simulator, your game is your game and no one else is playing it like that. You know, you're planting what you want to do, your crops, you can create your own farm if you want to. Yep, coffee always helps. It is, mate, it is. Well, we probably need to mulch the grapes, but I was going to do that a bit later. So I'm just spraying at the moment and just giving it a second layer of fertilizer. And how are you, Keswick? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. Yeah, it definitely helps to mulch, and it helps to cultivate as well, or to subsoil. It adds a bit more percentage to the how much you can actually harvest. So to give you an idea, if we go on there, we can see it's 100% fertilized, and we've got a yield bonus of 97%. And if we come along here, fertilizer is only 15%, 50%, and it's only 75%. And I have already cultivated the ground, subsoiled the ground, so that's been done. So it is just a matter of mulching. So I was just going to wait until the grass around the olive trees need doing, and then I was going to mulch everything at the same time. Yep. See you when you're back, class. Yeah, I usually do. Yeah, it has been a while since I've done grapes and olives. That's why I chose to do it on this map, just for something a bit different. Yeah, I found some of those tools on ModHub, you've got to be careful, they won't allow you to use the guided steering. They must have something set up in them so that they will only go along the middle of the vines instead of, or you know, along the vines like a harvester does instead of into the center of the vines. Hello Bocker, how are you? Hope you're having a good day, sir. Thank you for joining the stream. I'm doing very well, thank you. All good, Kisik. Thank you for joining. If you could hit the like button on the way out, and if you'd like to see more and you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much. You have a good day at work, my friend. Oh no, I know that feeling. I was watching a couple of streams with Farmer J and FS Consultancy today while at work. So yes, I do know that feeling. Sneaking in, hoping the boss doesn't find me. Yeah, I've got a bit of a project going on at the moment, so I'm going to be busy at work for the next few days, so it's going to be interesting. Got to set something up and then test and make sure it works before we put it into production, so yeah, should be good fun. And a big thank you to everyone that's watching the stream. Hope you are enjoying it. If you are, please hit the like button. And if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing. It doesn't cost anything, and it really does help the channel by telling YouTube to put it out there to other people so they can enjoy it as well. But whatever you choose to do, enjoy the stream. Yeah, mate. I usually have a rule. I hardly ever answer the phone except for two bosses. The one that pays me and the one that spends the money. Oh, we've got 10 watching on the horizontal stream. That is absolutely awesome. Thank you to everyone that has joined. Welcome back, Klaus. It looks like we're only 2 subs away from 130. That is absolutely awesome. Yep. See you when you get back, Nacho. Oh, he will be too, won't he? Yeah, Wednesday night. You guys are welcome to double tab if you want to, and let him know I say hi. Welcome back there, Nacho. Thanks, Nacho. Appreciate that. Yeah, Nacho wasn't so fast when you were subsoiling that field the other night. That was just a case of going slow. Okay, I think we're just about done here. Yeah, mate, you were trying to break up that hard pan where everything had run over it, so it's understandable. Alright, that's looking good. Yeah, they usually do, but I didn't see anything yesterday. I'm not too sure what they did. I may have missed it. Hey, thanks, Klaus. Oh, they didn't do anything. I remember one year they did that the lizard brand was going to be produced in real life. Do keep forgetting to change the currency, don't I? Yeah, not much happened over here either for April 1st. It's known as April Fool's Day, and you know, some places have a little practical joke every now and then, but not much today. Yes, some people just want the council to do the job properly. Some may even say that the job the council does is a joke. Alright, we'll let that worker do his thing. We might see if we can cut across the fields. Yeah. Very true. Very true. Just out of interest, this apparently is based on a true monument in the area, so yeah, that's why it's there. Can't remember what exactly it was for, but it is an actual monument in that area. Oh, right. Yes, that probably did touch a few nerves. Sometimes people just don't see the funny side of things. Right. I want to put in some sheep and goats. Because I think it'll make sort of like a nice petting zoo to fit our narrative. Hello, Mr. A Farmers. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. Hope you are doing well, my friend. No, it's the cow barn. We don't want the cow barn. We want the sheep. That doesn't really help us much. All right, let's tidy this up a little bit. Not sure why we'd have concrete where the sheep were, but that's what they had. I think we can fix that. Yes, we are well, thank you. Hope you are well as also. Oh, we don't have enough money. We'll have to wait for that contract to finish. There we go, we've got some sheep. So while we wait for that contract to finish, I might go and move some of that flour. So we fertilized all the grapes and the olives. Thanks, AI Farmer. Appreciate that. Yeah, it was funny. We had sheep and goats on the orchard that I worked on, and the goats would figure out where the electric fence wasn't working properly and then would push their way through it. And the sheep would follow them. And when we tried to get them back, the goats knew exactly where to go. They went straight back into the pen and, you know, we'd stop chasing them. Sheep, no, they'd go everywhere but. Yeah, old baby sheep time has been and gone. Be a little while before we have baby sheep again. I should probably get myself those new forks that have the straps on them. Yeah, two of our spring icons over here when you know it's spring is when you've got lambs and daffodils. Daffodils are a big thing round here. I don't know if it's a similar thing where you guys are. There is something about baby sheep, that's for sure. Alright, let's see if there's any bread that we can take to the restaurant. Oh, lots of bread. Well, this will give us a little bit of extra money. Yeah, I do actually have a trailer, but I just figure, you know, when it's just 1 or 2 pallets, it's fine to do it on the telehandler. But yeah, had a few more pallets of bread than what I was expecting. But it's okay, it's not far. And I'm trying to avoid using auto load. I'm trying to be semi-realistic. Yeah. No, that's definitely given us a little bit of extra cash. Yeah, I try to. Sometimes, though, I have to go outside the cab. But I do try to keep it inside the cab whenever I can. Yeah, auto load is awesome. I use auto load when I'm doing bales, that's for sure. Alright, we'll grab that last pallet of flour. Looks like we've still got some grain left in the flour mill. It's still turning, it's still working, so we'll let it do its thing. So I think we got about an extra 22,000 out of that lot of bread, so that was alright. I'm hoping we will make some money out of it because we did have to buy the wheat, so I'm hoping we'll make enough to cover the wheat and then make a small profit on top. The physics on the pallets are definitely a lot better in FS25, but they still need a bit of work, I reckon. Wow, 129 subs. Thank you for subbing. I do appreciate it. Only one more to go to 130. We set a goal of 150 by the end of April, and we're only 20 away. That's absolutely awesome. And thank you to everyone that's joining us on the horizontal and the vertical streams. I hope you are enjoying the stream and you are having a good day wherever you are. If you haven't done so already, it'd be greatly appreciated if you could hit the like button. And we're so close to 130. If you haven't done so already, a subscription would be absolutely fantastic. It doesn't cost anything, and it definitely helps with the YouTube to share the video with other people, and you know, hopefully other people can enjoy it as well. And if you know of anyone that might enjoy this video, feel free to share it with them. But whatever you choose to do, enjoy the stream. Here we go. Pallet physics are playing up again. Okay. Hey, thanks Klaus. That's awesome. So hopefully the sheep should have some feed from the meadow. Yep, we've got feed there, so they're good. They should be increasing in health. They are. And we'll put some goats in there as well. There we go. So we got some slightly older lambs there. Some little ones there that can hardly stand. And we've got our goats. That's neat. I think that makes a nice sort of a petting zoo for the restaurant. You know, it gives people something to come to. I think that's a little baby goat, isn't it? Yeah. They really have done a great job with the animals. It does amaze me how natural I've got the movement. I think they need to get busy eating the grass. We're losing them. Yeah, like I say, on the orchard we had sheep and goats in the same field, and they seem to be okay. Like I say, the goats kept finding ways to escape. The sheep would follow them. We'd catch them in the orchard. The goats would go back into the paddock. The sheep would go everywhere but. Okay, so I'm wondering how much Granny's knitwear is. Really, only £5,000. Pound/euros/dollars, wherever you are in the world, of course. Because this is based in the UK, we're making it pounds. We'll go down to my favourite, the hedge. I like that hedge because it just can hide so much. You shouldn't be giving me that error. You should be fine. We got that every time on the community children farm, roughly translated. So is it like a disease between the sheep and the goats? Is there that it can be affected if you have them together? Ah, right. And that can affect the goats, can it? Yeah, sheep definitely like to drop lots of little pellets around the place. I don't think we can go inside this. Yeah, I think that's a good idea, you know, otherwise, you know, kids grow up thinking that peaches and all that just come in a tin. You know, they don't realise that someone's actually got to grow the trees and keep the trees alive work on the trees, harvest the fruit, for it to go to a cannery to be put into a tin. Yeah, a lot of hard work goes into producing just say a tin of peaches or something like that. Yeah, I always grew up in a community that sort of was quite close to the farming community, so we sort of grew up, there was farmers in our school and farmers' kids in our school, so always had a close affinity with the farmers and that sort of thing. So yeah, whereas if you're in the big city and all that, it definitely is a lot different. You go to school, you've got city kids that you're going to school with. You're not going to school with farming kids or anything like that. Yeah, there's that dog running around the place. Yes. Yep, see you when you get back, Klaus. Okay, so we'll get the other contract going so we can have a bit of extra cash. Still paying off the tractor and our mortgage, so we've got to keep a bit of money in the bank account. It'll probably take a while before the wool and goat milk starts earning some money for us. Hey Rocket, welcome back. How's your maths revision going? Oh, that's good. Yeah, city farms can be a bit difficult to keep cows in. They are a big animal. Sheep and goats are definitely a bit easier. Yeah, I've never heard of a bloodworm before, so I'm wondering if maybe we don't have that down here in New Zealand. There's a few things we've managed to keep out. Rabies, that sort of thing. Snakes, managed to keep them out too. Shame about the rabbits and the weasels and the possums, but never mind. We live with those. Yeah, so all these old tractors were released on ModHub just recently, so I was sort of quite happy about that. It meant I could have my museum. And they do sound awesome. Start a couple of them up. I think my favourite is the Porsche. Yeah, it's one of the advantages of living on an island surrounded by lots and lots of ocean. We don't share any land borders, so yeah. Makes getting things here extremely difficult and costly, but yeah, it can also stop a bit of stuff as well. Okay, well I think we've done everything we set out to do, so I'm thinking next time we stream here will probably be in May. And we might have a bit of wool by then. Maybe not. But I have actually got a plan in May. Been talking to one of the local shop owners, so we'll leave it at that for now. We won't tell you what I've got planned. We'll make it a surprise. But I'm hoping you'll enjoy it. It'll be something I enjoy doing, so yeah, looking forward to that. But what I might do is I might find Argsy's stream and let's see if I can find that stream, and I'll put it in the chat. Okay, so where's our chat here? So I've put it in both the vertical and horizontal streams. Thank you to everyone that's joined. I do appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. It's been a lot of fun. We've finally got our goats and our sheep together, and we'll do our best to keep the bloodworm out of it. But thank you to everyone that's joined. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if you'd like to join me, I'm going to pop over to Argsy and say hi, so feel free to follow me. Unfortunately, we can't do a proper raid as I don't have enough subscribers just yet, but, you know, it will happen. So, yeah, just manually do the raid, and we'll give Argsy a little bit of a boost as well. But thank you all for joining. Until next time, have a good day, a good afternoon, or a good evening wherever you are. And until next time. Bye.